Well, hello there. You expected somebody different today, didn't you? You thought somebody better would be on this. No, 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 no. Today it's going to be a little more interesting. It's time I pay the piper. We're surprisingly not late. And joining me, as always, bald fucker himself, taking a little day off from his bald sheen. Bald's in the chat, everyone.
Yes, the bald fucker himself is here. And I'm efforting Brett Kollman as well as the super chats are piling up once again. It's been a great year so far, and we're going to end it with seeing you in jean shorts.
Yes, let me change this up here because I did not change this.
Are you going to do the tier maker too, the last tier maker of the year?
I think.
Well, okay. You know how to do that, right?
I mean, I haven't.
All right, we're already starting off with a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have one job. One is to look sexy in jean shorts, and two is to do the tier maker.
Okay, Jesus. I'll start the fucking tier maker.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, instead of what is that? 2K5 in the background?
It's Madden.
Holy shit. Oh, it's Madden. What are you emulating back there?
Yeah, old Madden from 64. Just do some of this background noise.
Emulating. All right.
Here we go. Okay, I got a tier list maker here. All right, we got Super Bowl. If this will fucking do anything. Welcome to the dumpster fire, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Everyone liking the all the delicious stuff? Waiting for the new year. How'd everyone enjoy their Christmas?
What'd you get for Christmas? What was your favorite Christmas gift?
I got a Ninja Food.
Whoa, we got a 50.
Oh, a 50 already! Holy shit! Holy Jesus! Jesus balls! Why don't you read that?
Yes, give me 1 second. I didn't realize I had to do other shit at the same
you know
time.
What?
Okay,
no, I'll read it. I'll read it. You're too slow.
All right,
you're too slow and you're too dumb.
Browns find themselves in the cusp of relevance and still find ways to squander that. Never change, Cleveland. That's serious. Never change. I agree with that.
It could seriously. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm still trying to effort.
Now you're calling me slow and you're gonna do this shit?
Alright, they could be out of the playoffs, and that would be a fucking modern tragedy. It would be so Browns. I think if they lose to the Steelers, who have benched everyone, and the Colts win, they're fucked, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Colts are dead on arrival. I think Colts are the ones that have to deal with it.
Yep. Okay. Alright, we're both doing shit.
I got it.
Okay. Where's Brett? There's Brett. Okay, now. Alright, now let me invite him so we can bring the guest on.
I gotta add something new.
Hold on. Jesus. Look at us. Look at us. We're terrible, both of us.
Well, I'm not used to really doing this.
You done got another pretty
50.
bomb.
We got another 50.
There's another 50. Holy shit. I will read this one. Red Rhino 94. Congratulations, Jets. You can't do anything right. You can't win games when you do. It's at its worst. It's at the worst possible time. Had a huge lead in a season only to pull a Falcons and give the first pick to the forgotten lolcow. Just delete your franchise. Holy shit. The Jaguars are a terrible team, and they have flown under the radar because they let the Jets get out in front of them with that horrible lead, and they just fucked it all up. All right, let's bring Brett in.
There we go.
So
we
Brett
got this shit now.
Here we go.
We got this shit.
Let me give him all his permissions real quick. Permissions. Boom.
Let me
Brett.
change this here.
You can connect.
There we go.
Speak.
We're good now.
Video, voice activity. All right, save changes. Brett.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Good to have me on, boys. I literally stopped recording like 5 minutes ago.
Nice.
Because this episode is going to take a goddamn century to do. I should just outsource all my shit like UrinatingTree did.
I don't outsource.
What?
That was just for 1 week. I do most of it.
For those of you who don't know who... Oh, go ahead.
Is that less effort or more effort for you, by the way?
It was different. I mean, I did editing for some of them. It felt weird to be a little more hands-off with it, though.
I'm way too anal to do that. I respect you for doing it because I'm like such a I'm crazy about it. I would never be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it in the idea bank for a little over a year, and I figured, you know what, let's shoot the shit, and that's why I threw invites out late October and tried to get as many people as I could for it.
I tried having editors edit, and it's like, I feel you, Brett. Like, I'm
too neurotic,
and it's nothing. Yeah, they're not. There's nothing wrong with them. They're great editors. It's just they're not thinking the same way you think when you see something. So you have to, like, it takes a while to get in sync with them. But by then you're sick of them.
Yeah, it's tough to get the right feel for them.
And like, I know you guys probably have to do like. I know you guys probably have to do like so many voice takes, and like if somebody chose the wrong vocal take where like I didn't like the inflection of my voice, like even if it sounds normal to them, to me I'd be like, fuck, I hate that so much. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't even give them that chance. I would always clean the reel before I gave it to them, so that they like. I would try to give them the minimal amount of work, and they would still. I mean, they did a good job. They did what I asked them to do, but I also hate managing people, and that's why. Kind of got out of doing that.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. All right, for those of you who don't know who are in the stream right now, Brett Kollman is the amazing breakdowns, also hilarious, and drinks really high quality alcohol at the beginning of his videos, and makes. Yeah, this is absolutely live.
I did not know. I did not know that this was live. There are people listening to me. Oh god. Oh shit.
Now you're gonna get stage fright and turtle up and like run away.
I already started swearing and shit. You know. Icebreaker.
Dude, we cuss like sailors on this show.
Oh, okay. Then we're good. We're good. Then we're good.
Nothing is out of bounds, by the way. We talk about anal sex with animals. No, we don't.
We're not that far, but I mean, we nearly scared one person off like that.
Yes, I did. Okay, Brett, to give you context, I had Scooter Magruder on. Right,
oh, God.
Who's the nicest guy ever, who is also so religious, does not cuss. And I said that like 1 in 10,000 women are born with 2 vaginas. I asked Scooter, if you get with a girl that has 2 vaginas, is that considered a threesome? And he basically walked off for about 45 seconds.
He is a hauntingly nice person.
He is so nice.
You feel like a terrible human being just being in the room with him because you're like, oh my god, like I can't compare to this person.
Right, I'm thinking of all types of cuss words, and Scooter's over there like just thinking about how the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl. And, not cussing in his mind. Right. All right, let's read a couple supers before we get to...
The main attraction, unfortunately.
Yes. I'm going to read down to GN, and then Tree will give them what they came for, which is you and Jorts. Isaac Foote, what is the best NFL rivalry? I feel like while it goes back the longest, the Bears-Packers rivalry doesn't have as many memorable matchups since one... And Isaac Foote continues, of them always sucks.
Steelers-Ravens is usually pretty good.
Steelers-Ravens is good. I think the Cowboys and Redskins is a nice low-effort answer, but it still is a good rivalry because they.
I'd say that's all.
Cowboys-Eagles. I don't know. Steelers-Bengals was great for a while because the Bengals were actually good, and the Steelers always got over on them. And,
I was terrified of watching those games though, because somebody would always get hurt. Like I
think the Jets and winning. Jets and winning has been a great rivalry for a long time because winning always just fucking beats the fuck out. Brett, who would you say is the Texans' biggest rival?
We hate the Colts more than anybody, for sure. Like it's not even close. You know, when Bud Adams was alive, we hated the Titans because fuck Bud Adams. But
yeah,
you know, now it's one of those like now that he's gone, full hate train for the Colts at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Like
Always.
if there was ever if there was ever like an AFC Championship game, like Colts versus Texans, AFC, like not that we'll ever make it because we're terrible, but if the universe could ever be blessed with that game, you guys would low-key see so much hatred that you didn't know existed between these two fan bases.
There'd be fights, like if it was
100%.
in the stands, like there.
100%.
Yeah. The pain would come out, right? All that Texans anger would just come out. No. And
see, what's funny is I've been to like a lot of NFL games, and the ones with the most fights are Chargers games.
Really? Chargers games. That's interesting.
But what's funny is 80% of the fights I've seen at Chargers games are with other Chargers fans.
Oh, Chargers fans fighting each other?
Like they just show up, they get boozed up, and they fight each other. It's hilarious.
Yes, is that one of those mutual combat situations where like, no one's going to jail? We like agreed to fight each other.
I think it's just there's like there's 5 of us.
Yeah, we're bored and we've already eaten all and drunken everything we can. James Amadei, the Blackhawks lose. Jonathan Taves, turns out not eating meat drains you have energy. He's going to Texas Roadhouse tonight, thank God. I guess Taves is a vegetarian now.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that sucks.
FPV. You have GN says FPV. Do you have an AFC team you like? And Tree, do you have an NFC team you like? I don't particularly like the AFC team.
I don't know about the NFC.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really follow them all that often. I mean, they're teams you like, but I don't like really follow them per se.
Yeah, it's not like in baseball where like I have a connection to like the Orioles because I've been to so many fucking Orioles games in my lifetime. I just love Camden Yards, but I have no connection to the AFC really anyways. I like watching good teams win. Like I like watching Pat Mahomes play because he's pure sex out there, but no, there's no one I actually actively root for. All right, Tree.
Is it time?
I'm to face the music.
Yes.
Do you know the reason why this happened?
It's because the Steelers shit the bed against the fucking Bengals when they shouldn't have. Yet they beat the Colts. Why couldn't you do that last week? Really?
Bro, it's the Steelers.
Yeah, it's always.
What do you expect?
Every fucking time.
It's the most predictable thing in sports. Steelers playing up or down to their competition. You can set your fucking watch to it.
Always, dude. Well,
I was very surprised that they came back against the Colts.
Yeah, I think the refs kind of helped out with that, but at the same time, it's Colts imploded. Well, here we go, everyone. It's time for JORTS.
Can you make this as large as possible?
Oh yeah.
Please?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Let's make this. It's gonna be fucking horrible. Hate my life. Fucking kill me. I wanna die.
Where JORTS?
Here we go.
JORTS. Look at my JORTS. JORTS. Fucking kill me. Fuck you, Steelers. Seriously, fuck you.
Oh, there's some buttes right there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
horrible. Let's never do that again.
Them's a set of hams you got there, Tree.
Yeah, look at that.
That's Thanksgiving dinner on repeat.
His Cavs game is pretty fucking strong there. You got some Cavs. That's a dude who wrestled.
Yeah.
I actually just had.
He's been doing some squats.
I haven't done legs in a while. The problem is because no gyms open around here.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't do legs, so you would have burst the fucking seams on those bad boys.
Oh yeah, these are older jeans that are kind of ripped, so I just figured, open them up.
I mean, he burst my seams from all the way over here. So, I mean, if he would have done legs, I might have exploded.
Oh yeah, I did legs when we were in spring training. That the problem is it hurts like hell for a while.
I hope the screen cap crew was all over.
Oh, it's definitely going to be all over it. It's all over YouTube, so you're good there. All right. Well,
it's okay. It's okay. I had to put a plunger on.
Well,
my
that
head,
was because
so
you did it daringly for $500. I should have put a price on it.
You should have, but you had to run your mouth, dude. You said, oh, the Steelers are not losing the base.
They shouldn't have lost to the fucking Bengals. You think about that?
Should not have.
Somebody said I have a mic issue.
Yeah, you got a little bit of scramble when you talk. Just a little bit.
It's a little flicky. I don't know if it's just your connection.
Could be. I mean,
let's try to fix some shit. Hold on.
All right. Well, let's.
Also, Tree, you realize what that picture of you and Jorts is going to do to the server that bears your username,
Oh, it's
right?
going to make it explode. It was kind of like the Con Bravo pics with Tex and Dodge. Broke the server.
Oh, God, yes. Or the fact that someone fucking spoofed a photo of you spooning me.
Yeah, that was horrible.
What?
Yeah, that does happen. It's horrible.
Someone did a deep fake of you two spooning together.
It's not even.
It's just like it's just like a Photoshop, and it's like fucking horrifying.
It's a crappy Photoshop, but yeah.
It's a Romo shop. Is what
yeah, it's fucking horrifying.
Right, how's my mic now?
Still flittery. It could be your internet. Are you downloading massive files of porn as we're doing this show?
Well, let me close some shit.
Okay.
Porn always helps, though.
Might do it later.
All right, well, let's get to the redacted list. First docket on the chart: the Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that feels like an age ago, doesn't it?
By the way, everyone, there will not be a tier maker next week because we'll know the outcomes of everything. So this is the last tier maker of the year, so celebrate it just like 2020, a complete dumpster fire.
Well, we're doing honor to 2020 right now, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my gosh. Where are we going to put the Saints? The
Saints might be Super Bowl right now. I mean, depends how Breeze really is, but Kamara carries that offense.
Yeah. Kamara.
He should have had 7 touchdowns, but Sean Payton tried to be cute. Got Taysom Hill, a good 7th touchdown that should have been Kamara's.
Yeah, that's true. The only question here is, I'm okay with putting the Saints in the Super Bowl tier. Are the Vikings trash?
I'd say they're trash.
Yeah, they're
hardcore trash. They should be firing people, but they won't.
Right. He got all those paychecks. He's being paid well, and it just goes to show. And quarterbacks.
What if I were to tell you that Kirk Cousins is not the issue on the Vikings? He is a issue, but he's not the major issue.
But wouldn't you say his cap hit is a big issue? A little bit,
but I'd say the bigger issues more are the fact that the Vikings have no secondary, have no offensive line, and their coaching philosophy is stuck in 2005. That's what I'd say the biggest problems of the Vikings are right now.
Their defensive line is garbage.
Right, what about Bucks? What's that?
Their defensive line is garbage. Can't stop the run at all.
I mean,
it's
trading Ngakoue did a little bit of that too, but I mean, they've lost Michael Pierce, so it's kind of a pass in that regard, but
Kendricks was the only thing holding the defense together. As soon as he went out, they were fucked. I don't know if my sound is better now.
A little better, but
a little better. Still, maybe it's because you're all the way on the West Coast and we're all the way on the East Coast.
Could be just the California shit, maybe.
I have gig down
the government. I don't know. It's the CIA listening in,
always,
and they're just like, "What?" He said it's a threesome if she has 2 vaginas, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Exactly. Next up, we got.
Let me write this down. All right, Lions Bucks. Oh my god,
be hardcore trash. I'm gonna put them right there for that reason. They died.
Dog shit, trash. And let you know that Matt Patricia. Yeah, most of the problem, but not
the
all
problem is
of
the teams fit around Patricia's scheme. I mean, that might have been the last time you saw Stafford in a Lions uniform.
Oh my! If Stafford is lucky,
maybe. I mean, let's be real.
What's his situation?
Galladay's going to be a free agent. I don't know if they sign him.
Stafford in Pittsburgh
it would be interesting. I don't know. I think Ben still tries to play another year, though. I mean, they should get rid of him, but
Ben might get
just retire.
He should have retired last year, to be honest with you, with the elbow. But
You think Ben gets Brett Favre, or is it his option to come back?
If Brady retires, it would not surprise me if he goes down to Tampa Bay to be back with Arians.
Oh my gosh.
And fails spectacularly.
Pretty much. But hey, Ben and Arians, when they were in Pittsburgh, were tight.
It's just Ben doesn't have the arm.
That's the arm, and he also doesn't have the mobility he used to have. His greatest strength was maneuvering in the pocket. He can't do that anymore. He's a statue.
This year, and I don't know what type of film you've seen, Brett, but someone said it's like Eli Manning 2015 all over again. It's kind of like
Ben?
that. Yeah.
Are you talking about Ben? It's a dude with a dead arm who knows he has a dead arm. Like the missed and Claypool on the touchdown on the post. I think it was against the Bengals,
he underthrew him.
Where Claypool was running for it. No, not the one where he didn't even throw it at all. Where it's like, oh, he didn't see it, and it's like, I think he saw it. I just think that he didn't think he could.
That was the Juju fumble, if I remember correctly.
I don't think he thought he could make the throw. So
and the problem was he was making some good throws against Indy. Like that Deontay Johnson was a little overthrown, but he made a great catch. Juju, the throw to Juju was good, but like those are few and far between anymore. He's more into like the old Brady style dink and dunk 5-10 yard passes because that's all he can do anymore.
Yeah, his body might be sending signals to him like, you can't do that, right?
Like even he's talking about like how like he wakes up just feeling like got the shit kicked out of him after games.
And that is the worst feeling on earth, when the body tells you can't do it. When the coach or someone's like, don't make that throw, you're like, all right, fuck you, I'll do that. But when the body says don't do that, that's the worst, because you listen to that fucker. Ace Conduce for $10. I don't know what was more sad this week, watching Haskins piss his career away or watching Cam's career get circled by the Bills. Anyways, keep doing God's work, boys. Happy New Year. Yeah, Dwayne Haskins unprecedentedly was cut.
Well, do you really blame him for that? He played like shit the past few weeks.
Then he went to strip clubs, and then he was allegedly caught bragging about his stats.
He was doing that like after the Baltimore loss. This was a while ago.
Yeah. He never seemed to fit in to the scheme, and just mechanically, I never liked his mechanics. Like, I thought his elbow motion just was short, and it lended his arm to overthrow receivers, but I don't know. What do I know? But the Redskins obviously agreed with me that he's trash. Mm-hmm.
I think if he was willing to put in the work to get better, just considering his talent, because he's a very talented guy. But, the old saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. He is the epitome of that, because he's got a gun for an arm, but he didn't put in the work.
Yeah.
And the thing that was frustrating with me is at Ohio State, all you heard was how hard of a worker he was, how coachable he was. The second he gets to the NFL, I don't know if it was because he went to Washington where he knew the owner already since he was in high school. I don't know if it's because he grew up a Giants fan and he didn't want to be there. Like, I don't know what it was. But his personality with Washington is not the bill of goods that was sold to us when he was at Ohio State. So either Ohio State were lying their asses off, or they were so good at covering up a bad work ethic that he still threw for almost 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, or he just straight up changed once he got money. I don't know what it is. But
we got another 50. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Why do people give us money?
Because we're crazy. Apparently we have a deep audio lag or some shit now. Which is great, because I've never had this before on here, but...
Oh, decent. Oh, yeah. What you need to do is delay the audio if you can't. Are you in OBS?
No, I'm in XSplit.
Oh. There's always going to be a video desync just because YouTube sucks, but if there's a way to delay the audio by like half a second, that might help, but I don't think you can do it while you're...
probably not live.
I'm a random guy. I was nervous when Tree predicted the Seahawks to win the division, but it was actually a blessing. Here's $49.99 for the blessing, and try to jinx the Timiness Packers. And Jets are playing 3D chess so they could get Dak and get an offense in the draft. Why would Dak Prescott go to the Jets? Why would any free agent? That has got to be the
money
worst
at him.
job.
That's what you got to do.
Colts got money.
Oh, yeah. Colts def have money.
I think the Jets should get Sam Bradford out of retirement and just give him a
What's going to happen is the Jets are going to promote Adam Gase to GM. You know this. You know it deep down in your heart. Because for whatever reason, the Jets love Adam Gase.
Must have pictures of Woody Johnson like fucking a horse.
Pretty much.
And Adam Gase is, that's why his eyes are like that, because he saw that picture of Woody Johnson fucking a horse, and now he's just like, oh my gosh, my career's set. Make me the GM now. Make me the GM after a 2-14 season.
Next on the docket, we got San Francisco and Arizona. Cardinals shit the bed, big time.
Big time. They're probably on the outs.
Yeah, they're on the outs. Well, they don't control their own destiny, but they do play LA. So if they do win, they're in.
They're super sus. LA is super sus, but we'll talk about that later. And Darian and Alex get in here and talk about their LA Rams. But the Rams don't deserve a playoff spot, but they'll probably get it by beating
Can we
the Cardinals,
trade one of the teams in the AFC a playoff spot in the NFC? Because neither the Bears nor the Cardinals deserve to make it.
No, and the team from the NFC East does not deserve it either. Likely Washington.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, if Alex Smith comes back, I can see Philly trying to pull some bullshit.
So it's pretty much guaranteed that a 10-win team in the AFC East or AFC will be out.
Could be 11 if all things play out.
Yeah.
And this is with a 7-team
could be 11 wins, and then Washington shows up at 7-9. It's like, hey, what's the big deal, guys?
Actually, it could be the Giants at 6-10. Think about it. 6-10.
Like Jerry.
Yes.
They're like George Costanza crashing a party that he shouldn't be at. Hey, what's the big deal, huh? What do you mean you gotta have 11 wins? I didn't have 11 wins. I got 7. Randall Gavin, as a Rays fan, the Snell trade sounds more like it was straight from Stu rather than the front office, especially with the staff cuts he's been making. Yeah, I thought that the Rays, that the Padres stole Snell.
Luis Patino is apparently really good, though. Plus, Mejia's a former top prospect. They have a couple good guys there. It seems more like a Rays trade. You know, trade somebody at their peak value and get a bunch in return. None of us understand what the hell's going on, but it ends up working out in the end because Rays devil magic.
It's kind of like pulling your ace in the 5th inning of Game 5 when you have.
Oh yeah, that's
to
think that's the last memory of Blake Snell as a Ray.
That's so Raven. That's so Rays.
I did not expect Snell to get traded though. Arozarena I kind of expected to get traded, but not Snell.
Here's the thing: they also got Yu Darvish, which makes me think that the Cubs knew something about you.
I think it's just because I think the Cubs know they can't win.
Ooh, Brett, do you follow any sports besides football?
If I had the time to anymore, I absolutely would. But I mean, you know how the YouTube game is. You spend 60 hours a week doing this, and then the other rest of the hours you want to spend with the wife. Or
do other shit.
Anything else other than sports.
Right. I build little models.
I like watching the Angels and the Lakers when I get time to, or the Ducks, but I almost never get time to.
Okay, here is the dumpster fire tradition for every guest. Name an active hockey player.
Fuck. Wait, no. Who's the Mick? Fuck, who's the kid who went first overall a couple of years ago? Who was seen as like the chosen one?
You're close. You're close.
You're close. You are very close, dude. Connor McDavid. Boom.
Connor McDavid.
Yeah, there we go. Nice pull. Nice pull.
All I know is he's good, but not like great. And
he's
really
great.
Good. He's just on the Oilers. That's the problem.
That's his problem. Okay. He's on the Oilers. McJesus is what they call him. 2.0 felt bad for Youngway when he sliced that last kick, but then realized, fuck, it was bound to happen, and they need that draft capital. #insanity.
I think that was the wind.
The wind does things.
But Falcons do have the 3rd overall pick, which I would not be shocked if they win next week and blow it.
All right, let's get a game in. How about the Miracle in Las Vegas?
God, the Raiders are so...
me winning.
I'm ready to just throw Raiders in trash.
The other miracle in Las Vegas is me winning any money when I go there. That's also
Dolphins
a miracle.
are somehow in wild card.
Yeah, the Dolphins are probably... What do they need to do to clinch?
But they play Buffalo.
They
play Buffalo, though.
That's what they need to do.
Buffalo might be resting everyone.
I don't know. It depends how the seeding is for Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
A fully healthy Dolphins
You're saying,
defense with a fully healthy Dolphins defense with Fitzpatrick starting is dangerous. With Tua,
Tua at least has a decent floor. He does not have the ceiling yet.
That play
I think they're going to need the ceiling if they want to compete in the playoffs, though. That's the thing.
Magic got decapitated and still completed a 25-yard
pass. It's like his head's about to get like snapped in half just from the movement.
Right. He was like trying to go like undercut the 11-foot and bridge or whatever. Have you ever seen that? That's what happened to his head, and he still threw the ball and was like, "I got this. I'm fucking Ryan Fitzmagic." Okay. You can never try to understand me or my beard. I'm amazing. He's making Tua look bad because Tua came in and was like, "Oh, I think I got this," and then Ryan was like, "No."
Remember, he said that the NFL game was much easier than you expected, right?
Yeah, he found out the hard way how hard it is. Holy shit.
The thing with Tua is he needs a different skill set at receiver than Fitzpatrick. Like, Fitzpatrick is very good with throwing to like big-bodied 50-50 guys, Gesicki and Parker. Well, when Parker comes back healthy, like Fitzpatrick works with that. Tua needs like pure separators, like Devonta Smith or Waddle or any of the Bama guys who could get open by 3 yards. Like Tua likes separation. He likes safer throws. Fitzpatrick is very comfortable throwing to guys that are in that kind of open, even when they're not open category, and Tua hasn't learned how to do that yet. So I kind of feel like...
I was going to say, like, is that the nature of how their bodies are constructed? Because, like, Tua's lefty, like, his throwing motion is more zippy than... I don't know, or is that between the ears thing?
Just look at who his receivers were at Alabama. He had 4 first-round picks, future first-round picks at receiver at Alabama, who could get open like crazy. He's not used to throwing to covered guys. He hasn't learned how to do it yet. He can, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah. Do you think Miami goes out and gets those type of receivers, or they're like, fuck it, we need to win now, and
they've got the 3rd overall pick. They've got 3rd overall, so they can trade down and get Jalen
Honestly, you think they'd go for Penei Sewell? They could use him for that line.
They could and move Austin Jackson over to right tackle and then use their other first-round pick to trade up and get Waddle.
Maybe.
Like, they could very easily do that. Or Devonta Smith. Really, any of the Bama guys. They fit him perfectly.
Now, Brett, how did they get that 3rd overall pick?
Fuck you.
Well, at least it's not as bad as a certain trade that happened earlier in the year.
This is how we treat our
dude, we shit on each other all the time, so this is completely normal.
You're now one of the family. AA says R.I.P. John Huber / Luke Harper / Brody Lee. F in the chat, boys. Yes, tragic. Young.
It was like a non-COVID related lung condition, if I remember correctly. That's just sucks. Everyone said like, wait, what? Like, I didn't really follow wrestling like as of late, but still, that sucks.
It's amazing how many though followers of my channel are also symbiotic in the wrestling community. People love that shit, and they get really into the characters of it, and I can respect what they do because it's choreographed, but it's not fake. I mean, you get slapped in the face with an open hand. I'm sure you're like, oh yeah, that's
the moves off the turnbuckle aren't fake.
Oh my gosh.
Mick Foley getting thrown off a steel cage at Pittsburgh in Hell in the Cell. No, that was not fake.
Yeah. Or was that one guy that jumped off the top rope and then tore his like every ligament in his knee and it like bent like
Sid
triple
Vicious.
backwards?
Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, that was that's gruesome. Like he's just writhing.
That's something I'm
one of those that you just can't watch.
There are some like bad things on YouTube involving wrestling. It's like it's rough.
Beast of Metal 1989ers, the only thing Colts Steelers showed me was that Rivers has caused an outbreak of Chargerism in Indy's locker room. Ooh.
Well, I mean, they choked.
Yeah. They got a little gurgle, a little gawk.
Dodger of Zion for 10. South Carolina Thundering Herd. 2020 Texas A&M Discord Money League champions will come on for Eagles, Jorts, and Bills.
All right. Congratulations, Dodger of Zion. She won her fantasy league, and that means that she got fantasy dough.
Fantasy dough's the best dough.
I
had
all right.
I was in a championship once. I lost because of a garbage time Matt Stafford touchdown in the fourth quarter of a Green Bay blowout. It was fucking bullshit. But enough of that. Let's keep going to our next title, Jacksonville, Chicago.
Oh, what happened to the Giants Ravens?
Well,
which order are you going?
I mean, I can do Giants Ravens. Why not?
Okay.
All right.
Whatever. This is your show, man. You're
Giants
running
be fucking trash.
Giants are straight trash, and they're going to miss the playoffs because they suck.
The problem is their defense has gotten good. The problem is their offense is bad.
I like where you put Green Bay.
Well, I have to prepare for it. That's all I'm going to say.
In case Tommy tries to run up in here.
Brett, if you're unfamiliar, Tom Grossi likes to come in here and spout the gospel of communism and the Green Bay Packers. So we like to mess with him and put him in Jets level trash, even though they're technically in a different team.
Probably going to the Super Bowl.
Isn't that the Browns
the
reporter?
Packers reporter?
Oh no, it's Tony Grossi.
No, you're thinking of Nick Grossi. Thinking of Nick Grossi. Tom Grossi is the guy that does PackCast, and he's also a YouTuber.
Yep,
gotcha.
He's a school teacher by day and a Packers honk by night.
Communist by night.
Yeah. I try to convince him to join. What's his name? Brandon tried to get him to join Table Rock and quit his job, but I guess he loves teaching high school science.
If there's one thing I've learned in the last year, it's that there's a lot of goddamn sports YouTubers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like
more than
there's many that
I didn't even expect like this many when I started. It's just like, oh, okay. It's kind of molded into its own. As weird as it sounds.
Yes.
You just get the different experiences, the different thoughts, the different viewpoints. It actually works out.
I think what you do, Brett, is I know there's about 3 people that do that I know of that do what you do, but I think what you do is so unique because not many people, you can't get that immersive breakdown of film in these like Jaws used to do it for like 30 seconds, right? Like you can't get 18 minutes of why your team sucks. That's what I think that you do is so well and so uniquely and obviously you're succeeding. But it's just amazing how many ways there are to attack YouTube.
And see what's fun. Like I used to work in sports TV. I was at NFL Network. I was also at Spectrum Sportsnet at the same time. So I would cut Lakers highlights. Like I remember one time I did 18 straight hours of work where I worked at NFL Network, and then I went to Spectrum Sportsnet and I cut the highlight for Kobe's last game where he dropped 62 I think it was, and that was like one of the fucking wildest days of my life because I was delirious and like just he was hitting buckets. The whole newsroom was like going nuts. We had just like fucking beers everywhere. People were crying. It was crazy, absolute madness. It was one of the greatest days of my life. But
do y'all, when you're doing that, do y'all cut it before the game's even over? Do y'all try to get it as ready as possible before it's even over?
We cut it as it goes, yeah, as the highlight goes. Because I did highlights to NFL Network for the Thursday night game, and then I would also do like NFL Total. I worked pretty much every show you can think of at NFL Network at some point. I did Red Zone. I was in the control room for Red Zone for a few years doing graphics.
You've met Scott Hansen?
Oh yeah, no. Scott Hansen, as a wedding present, gave me. So he had season tickets to Rams game, and the Texans were coming to town the year I got married, and so for our wedding present, he took me to dinner. We went to a sushi place down in Newport, and he gave me his 50-yard line tickets to the Rams-Texans game as a wedding present. No, Scott's a great guy.
Wow.
Scott's one of the best people in TV, like, period.
Not only is he a beautiful man, he's a beautiful person.
Dude, we got a hundo.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's a guy who came back out of nowhere.
How do people give us money?
That's what I keep saying.
Why do you keep...
All right, well, it's Jake Bazell.
Why do you give
Hey, I'm finally back for some...
Brett's going to start streaming next week.
Hey, I'm finally back for some
You
shit
read this
posting
one.
from Jake Bazell. I missed the reveal of the jorts due to eating dinner. I'll probably play them out later, don't worry. But just the thought is enough to fill my belly with joyous laughter. Also, the Bills are legit, and the Jets continue to butt fumble their tank. Now take my hundo.
We'll take
See,
that
people
hundo.
I don't get it, man.
Take that hundo and buy an old stinky Jack Lambert
this literally
jersey
smells
with
of
that
nicotine
money.
and it's making me dizzy as hell. So that's great. I had to play the part, you know what I mean? If you're gonna get the Yinzer tuxedo, you gotta get the Yinzer tuxedo. An old Jack Lambert jersey. I should have just worn maybe like a little fake mullet and it like grown out a little like mustache. Really get that Yinzer going.
Are you gonna?
You're forgetting your Trans Am on blocks in the front
No,
yard.
the Trans Am I could not find, unfortunately.
Are you gonna go Moreno and start taking it off during the show?
I mean, I've got a T-shirt underneath. I don't think anyone wants to see what's underneath my T-shirt. Nobody wants to see that shit.
I saw it enough of it in
exactly.
Florida. David Benjamin, fuck COVID. The Browns would have a playoff berth if it weren't for that. The Browns are 10-point favorites over Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh is trotting out Mason Rudolph
against
aren't they?
A certain Myles Garrett in Cleveland with everything on the line, dude. Cleveland, Garrett. I'm hoping to God they win because if they lose, either I will not let them down or I'm just going to be like, oh fuck, not again. Fortunate thing is they're not losing out. They have to have the Colts win and they're out.
Yeah, and the Colts have
Jacksonville, but they lost to them in week 1.
And Jacksonville is locked up the number 1 overall, haven't they?
Just watch them
Jacksonville doesn't give a shit anymore.
Just watch them win one more game for Doug Marrone.
It's an audition game, is what it is for everyone. Their entire 52. So should be juicy last weekend. Should be juicy. You trying to get a game in?
Yeah, here? I can. Okay, asshole. Jesus. Let's go now. Speaking of Jacksonville, Chicago. Jacksonville go right into Jets level trash, as is obvious. But the Bears, this might be worst case scenario for them.
PA, do you have any words to say since you wrote off this team 3 weeks ago or something like that and said you wouldn't follow them or some shit? And
well,
as a fan. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Speak your piece.
Okay, so first and foremost, hello to Mr. Kollman. I want to welcome you to our lovely little podcast and introduce myself. My name is HeA2K7. And the second thing I'm going to tell you to do is turn down your headphones, please.
Oh, that's too bad. I already have headphones.
Back up, everyone. All right. Yep, back up.
Perfect. So here's your warning. Headphone warning. Welcome one and all to the NFC North InfoWars desk! We're here for 4 hours of telling you how the world is trying to shorten down America while we stand tall in the face of challenges from near and far, including the AFC South and the Jacksonville Jaguars, true to their form trying to play for their jobs, could not take down America! Now, I gotta admit that I heard some inside information this week that said that if the Bears go on and beat the communist Red China Packers next week, that Nagy's job will be saved and Ryan Pace's job will also be saved. But that could also be some fake news. And I might have also overheard it in the line at Chipotle. But you gotta listen to me here. The dots all connect. They all connect together where if Mitchell Trubisky can defeat the communist Packers on Sunday afternoon and the Bears make it into the playoffs, the jobs will be saved, America will stand tall, and the Bears will be on their way to the Super Bowl! It's the reverse of 2010. They're coming back full circle. Read the tea leaves as I do. And remember, don't drink the water in Green Bay because it turns the freaking frogs gay.
Everyone, Alex
That
Jones.
false hope is strong.
Give him a hand.
Very strong.
The false hope is very strong. So
Now go drink some water because you just blew
all right,
out
let me
your
drink the
voice.
water and clarify some of the salt. The offense looks good against crappy defenses, where they should have looked earlier this season. A few weeks ago on this very show, I said that if we didn't sweep Detroit, we would not make the playoffs. And somehow we're in control of our own destiny in a game we're likely not to win. I don't like the Bears' chances this week. And I think if the Bears get dog-walked again by Green Bay, that Pagano's seat has to be hot. But the reason I don't think Nagy's seat is hot this year is because there's a very good potential that 2 NFC North teams will be looking for coaches this year. I think Zimmer's seat is hotter than what is being
Problem
led
is
on.
Zimmer and Spielman were both extended before the year. That's the question.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Wilf is willing to put up with that continued mediocrity in Minnesota.
He's a billionaire. He's got the money to pay 2 coaches.
Yeah, he does. And he's not a cheap ass like the McCaskies.
Yeah, if they make the playoffs, nothing.
How do you be cheap?
That's all I'm going to say.
How are you cheap when you own a football team?
Legacy
How is that
ownership.
possible?
When you're a family that lucked into the genetic lottery, that's how.
Look at Mike Brown.
What do you say, Brett?
His father's a generational coach, one of the
Yeah,
greatest of all
Brown.
time. His son, fucking cheap ass. Technically, he's accomplished nothing. So, it is what it is.
Thank you, Alex Jones /HEA, for your poignant analysis right there. And don't drink the water. YOLO Swaggins for 20. I don't know if Brett will still be here when this is read, but I really appreciate all the work he does on YouTube and with Bootleg. I watch, listen to him, and soak up info like a sponge because I love the draft so much. So thank you. I had no idea, Brett, that your background was so deep into actual professional gigs of
I
the most qualified.
I started the channel and like doing videos first of all, I appreciate the comment. I really, really do. For watching and listening and making sure that I can do this for a living. I really, really do appreciate that. My background, I actually started doing videos for the channel as proof of concept when I was at NFL Network. I was doing Game Day Morning at the time, and I kind of wanted to pitch a segment where, like, basically what I do for Film Room, like, you know, deeper dives, longer form X's and O's content, but have like the actual on-air talent do it. I never really intended for me to be like a narrator or a presenter or anything of the sort. And you know, I kept getting told like it's probably like not good for a TV format because it's so long. And they were right. In fairness, like this would not work on television. It's too long. It's 5 minutes or less for TV. It's like that's really all you can do. And so I kept doing it partly because I wanted to tweak it to see if I could make it work for TV, and I couldn't. But it kept growing with me putting out a video like once every like 2 or 3 months. And at some point my wife was like, look, you got 11,000 subscribers and you're barely trying. What would happen if you actually put out a video every week and you tried? So my last day at NFL Network was the day before the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl. And then I went like full on into 2017 draft mode, starting the next day, and never looked back.
Do you resign from there, or was there something?
Yeah, I put in my 2 weeks or whatever.
Oh, okay. You were like, fuck 18-hour days, like.
I loved working at NFL Network. I really did.
Really?
It's a great place to work. Everybody there was great. You know, I talk about Scott; he was great, but like all the producers for Red Zone were awesome. Like we were like a family. I met up with a few of them that were the Senior Bowl because a lot of the Red Zone people tend to do Senior Bowl too because Red Zone ends late December and then they get ready for Senior Bowl. The draft show, Pat the Draft, was my baby every single spring. Like that magnet wall, like thing for like 3 years.
Wow.
I did Game Day Morning for a year, NFL Total Access, highlights. Like I was there for 5 years. And I kind of bounced around doing a whole bunch of different shows, and I loved it. It's a great place to work. But at the same time, commuting, 2 hours each way out to LA kind of sucked. And I like working for myself. I like being able to do whatever I want when I want.
I tell you, I don't think I could work for someone again. Like, this is so good.
I can't
so
do
good. Yeah.
It's so amazing. I work more hours now than I ever worked in TV, but the fact that it's for myself is it's just so much more rewarding.
Dude, I don't ever take a day off. Like, there may be days where I don't technically work on a video, but I'm thinking about it all day. So like,
I've not had a true day off in over a year. Like, I worked Christmas, I worked Thanksgiving. Like, my wife's birthday is this Friday. She's a New Year's baby. That is the first day off I'm taking since last New Year's Day. Not even kidding.
Oh my gosh. All right, Blake Trout. The Eagles lost. Damn it. So happy New Year. Thanks for the content. Made 2020 hella funny. All right. You want to do a game now, Tree?
Let's keep on going here. Let's go on to Browns Jets. Fun times. We know where the Jets are going. Down here. I should make a tier lower than Jets level trash. That's where the Jets are right now.
Yeah, the Jets are terrible, but the Jaguars are worse. The Jaguars are worse. But you know what? The Jaguars may be worse on paper, but the Jets are worse because they did all that losing for basically nothing.
Yeah, and they won the last random 2 games. It was like the Eagles with O.J. Simpson. Where you think, we're going to get this great guy. Randomly win 2 games at the end of the year. You don't get O.J., and you boo Santa Claus.
That's ironically, I'm working on a video now for that. Teams that fuck their tanks up. Or when the Packers came back on like Monday night or something, they were down like 35 points, and they came back and they lost Vinny Testaverde. That was one.
Well,
can't get them all away.
Better for Testaverde if he went to the Packers instead of the Buccaneers. Culverhouse was a terrible.
I like this next one. The question is are the Browns sus?
I still say wild card because they were kind of undermanned.
I think they get in. I think that they beat the Steelers. I think the Steelers are disinterested in whether they're the 2 or the 3 seed. And I think the Browns come with the house, and it might cost them their wild card game. But
Steelers-Browns might be the wild card game, though.
There's too much on the line, though. For the Browns, less so for the Steelers.
Wait, so if the Browns
win, maybe if it's like 6-3, it's possible.
Huh?
Could be, but the Browns could be suffering, like the Steelers could suffer Chicago Bears syndrome, like when they let the Packers. It was the last game of the season. They let the Packers beat them, and then the Packers beat them later in the playoffs. Like, you don't want to do that, man. Zach Berman, 5 points. You know the deal. The Giants win the East. You're going wig shopping for next week's stuff. All right, I will order a pink wig, pink female wig.
Dude,
wear that shit.
Now you know what's going to happen. The
Giants,
come on,
in the division.
Pink wig.
Yep. Do it. I'll get flambéed.
Where's my man Beast of Metal?
Be careful, man. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
6-win Giant team winning tank division. Let's fucking go.
Giants need to beat the Cowboys and the Redskins lose to the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Possible.
Entirely. Yeah, that's not undoable.
That's not undoable, but
there's a decent chance, actually.
I'll happily slap a pink wig on if the Giants win the division. Happily. So they can lose their one playoff game.
And hopefully you fire Dave Gettleman. We'll see about that.
Yep. Pee Wee Pierre, as a Green Bay fan, we got a few calls our way, but it only affected 7 points, and we stopped Henry. We didn't let them get it in it, unlike Pitt and Cleveland. So suck it. Oh, he's telling everyone in his general area to suck
man. I mean, he was out of bounds. But
Where's
I mean,
Tommy?
Packers would have probably still won that game anyway, though. So
Let's do another game before we get
buddy.
to more.
Let's go to. Are we done with the 1 o'clock games? Oh yeah, Bungles Texans. Bungles in
Texans.
trash or Jets level
No
trash?
comment. Texans
Bengals pulled it out, though.
Yeah, I would say Jets level trash. I mean,
Except
they
for-
don't have the first round pick. It might be top 5 in both rounds.
Like the only thing they have going for them is Deshaun and JJ, and they're
And
still
JJ's
a 4-win
probably gone at the end of the year because he doesn't have a cap penalty.
team. I don't.
JJ defect for the Steelers.
I don't think the Steelers need him, and they don't have the cap. If he goes anywhere, it might be the Packers.
I don't think JJ's leaving.
Did you just say a team does not
Well,
need
we have
JJ
Stephon
Watt?
Tuitt, Cam Hayward. We have a nice nose tackle we can get in the draft. We have Tyson Alualu, who's packed in really well. So, unfortunately, in our edge rushers right now, Bud Dupree, who might be a free agent, TJ Watt. So, I don't know if you really can afford him.
I like Highsmith. I like Highsmith.
Yeah, that's
a lot,
what I mean.
just
I don't
saying.
know if they need him, unfortunately. I would love JJ Watt, but
They don't need him.
I don't know where you
even
put him.
then, even if they did need him, the Steelers would be the only team that I think he would leave for, and I don't think the Steelers.
If they didn't have one of Hayward or Tuitt, I'd be all for it, but I think they're both really solid.
Yeah, I guess it would
Like,
be a
he-
nice
he-
fantasy to have 3 Watt brothers, like it's Subway commercial.
Mother of all discounts.
Oh, yeah.
To even have that happen,
Especially
and
with the cap
I
apparently
don't
going
think he
down.
will.
No way.
He would only go to the Steelers for his family, but the Steelers probably wouldn't do it. And otherwise, I don't think he'll leave. He loves the city of Houston. I don't think he wants to leave Keelia.
Yeah, and they got rid of Bob, so he doesn't really have any excuses, right? He can't be like, this is a hostile work environment because some guy with a butt chin keeps
The
telling me
only
to play
thing
football.
I'd say is if he wants to go like ring chasing, that's the only thing I'd say. I don't know if JJ Watt's like a ring chaser though.
I don't think so.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Like I think he
Obviously,
wants
he's
to win
in
one
Houston.
in Houston or win one with his brothers. Those are the only 2 options.
I don't think he wants to go ring chasing, but I can still remember that 1,000-yard stare he had at the end of the Houston Bears game a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He flipped out on everyone
fired
for
up,
like
yeah.
players allegedly not talking.
Here's the
playing
thing.
like shit, but makes sense.
He grew up a Packers fan. He fucking despises the Bears.
Good.
So again, the Packers maybe
That's what I
another
mean.
team
Maybe
he'd
the
go to.
Packers.
There's 3 teams.
There's also an
3 teams.
elite hockey player.
Yeah.
Can you imagine JJ Watt barreling down the ice, just fucking checking people into the bench?
He's great.
He can go play for the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
But like, I don't see him going to like Miami to chase a ring. Like, I just don't. I think it's the Packers to be near his parents, the Steelers to be with his brothers, or the Texans, and that's it. To be with his wife. That's it.
Wife is a little smoke
So
show.
Bengals, trash or Jets level trash? I think that might be regular trash now. Because
Regular
unfortunately they're
trash.
kind of out of the tank sweepstakes with that tie.
Yep. They have upside.
Well, once if they can
Joe
get a
Burrow
line from
comes
Burrow,
back.
they're okay. And they'll probably have to change coaches.
I would like
I
them
don't think Taylor's the answer.
to encase his legs in concrete so that he cannot get hurt again. Do something to protect that man's
Exactly.
soul.
Plus,
Please.
Penny Sewell.
Red Rhino 9-4. Anyway, happy early New Year's to you all. Let's hope 5 Points and Tree make more stupid bets in
just
2020.
did.
Well, I
mean,
just
let's
did
be
one.
real, it probably will happen.
Okay.
Beast of Metal 1989 for 20. I'm disappointed in the Johnsons. The only thing to be gained by banishing Harless Gritty back to the nightmarish alternate dimension he was summoned from after being shaved is a less mimetic idiot on the sideline. Hairless Gritty. Probably Gase.
You're talking about Gase?
Colin
Yeah.
Tackenberg for 10. As a
Hairless
Houston fan, I
Gritty.
realized that things will not change this year. With no draft picks and the fact that they even interviewed Marvin Lewis, nothing will change. So long 2020 and hello 2021. I mean,
Who's the next coach, Brett? Who would you want Is there a Stefanski out there?
I want Dable.
I want Robert Saleh. I mean, look what he's doing with that Niners defense. That'd be my pick.
Yeah.
Bieniemy, he'd be up there too. But
Bieniemy seems like he's more like someone that would go to the LA Chargers, like someone that's like he's more of a win-ready coach, if you ask me. And
somebody put out an interesting note that Tom Telesco and Dable are actually old high school classmates. I expect Dable to just considering what the Chargers have with Justin Herbert, would not be shocked if he went to the Chargers. And we know that Deshaun's been lobbying for Bieniemy anyway. I could see Bieniemy going to the Texans, Dable going to the Chargers, Saleh going to where would Saleh go?
Detroit, government's trying to petition the Lions to hire Saleh. I don't know why, but I see them hiring Jim Harbaugh. I mean, it's a weird hire, but he's accomplished at the NFL level. He'll need a fresh start. Plus, I think he'd be perfect for trying to rebuild something.
But the Lions being the Lions should interview Gase.
No,
Gase is going to be the GM and
they're going to hire Bill
overlord
O'Brien
of the Jets. A hot fucking commodity.
Hot fucking commodity like a dumpster on fire.
I think Arthur Smith gets hired before Saleh does.
Does Bill O'Brien ever get a head coaching gig in the NFL?
I don't know. I mean, if somebody's has no other options, if he gets a head coaching job, it might be in college.
Easily, I think if he goes back to college, easily. But
hey, if James Franklin gets fired, he's going right back to Penn State.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Desperation is a hell of a drug.
James Franklin is a fucking asshole, and I will shed no tears if he gets fired.
The Rammers line for 1 million Costa Rican colognes. No, it's only 1,000, which is $10. King Henry is dead, frozen. All hail King Dylan. I thought that was a dream matchup for the Titans. Like, hey, it's the snow. Aaron Rodgers not going to be able to throw, and the Titans are just going to ram the ball down the Packers' throats, and the exact opposite happened.
That was a dud for Les Titans.
Les Titans.
Honestly, he's been throwing in the snow for 15 years. I mean, how did you not expect that he would not throw in the snow? Come on.
I'm a Titans fan, and I expected that shit to happen. Oh, look at that. Aaron Rodgers, an MVP candidate, against a team that has no defensive line. You might as well just put a bunch of traffic cones in that area because there's nothing.
I'm more disturbed about Tannehill's performance. He couldn't elevate that offense once Henry got neutralized.
That was bad.
Yeah, that might.
Tannehill didn't have any practice throwing in the snow.
Yeah, that might just been the snow, mainly because the receivers don't know how to actually make a break out of it.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that when we get to the Titans game.
Let's go with Stellar's Colts. Stellars gain Super Bowl. Oh, that's Jack Lambert jersey. You know it, buddy. But yeah, I mean, seriously, I'm not super impressed with that win because they got the shit kicked out of them in the first half. I mean, I'm happy they won. But at the same time, it masks a lot of issues in their lineup. They are one-dimensional as hell. They have holes in the linebacking core due to injuries. Ben's not the same as he was. I mean, he made a couple good throws, but the refs really kind of helped them in the right direction a little bit with that bad pass interference call. Plus, Claypool had an offensive pass interference that was uncalled. If he never was tackled, that would have been a pick six. So, I mean, but I don't understand what happened with the Colts because they just imploded.
I watched the highlights. Yeah, I watched the cut highlights, and they very conveniently eliminated all the bad calls.
Well, they had one bad call from the highlight. But, they eliminated the bad calls. The NFL does that a lot with their... Oh, they do that all the time.
The NFL...
Brett used to do.
The NFL doesn't show the bad injuries, and they don't show the controversial calls in the highlights.
Really? That's a directive?
No, it was never direct.
Of course.
It's going to damage the reputation of the league.
But yeah, it's a big duh, right? No shit. Do you want to keep your job?
Yeah, you have guys like Highlight Heaven, Ding Productions, and a bunch of other guys that'll post that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
you
NFL
forgot the
knows
Chiefs
they-
and the Falcons.
The NFL knows they
By the way.
don't have to post the bad stuff because other people will anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like the NFL isn't recouping the view monies off of that
Most
anyway.
of, everything like we do is claimed by the NFL, so it's like whatever. We'll take a couple extra thousand.
Oh yeah.
Until it's inconvenient, and then.
And Brett, I'm sure that it didn't. Brett, I'm sure it didn't have to be written down that the unwritten rule of working at NFL films or NFL productions is protect the shield.
Yeah, and just common sense. Like when Ryan Shazier got hurt, like you throw
This
it
makes
into
the
a
product
highlight.
look bad.
It's not even that. Like it was in the highlight, but you got to do it in like a respectful way.
As
like
you gotta soften that blow as much as you can. Like there's only so much softening you can do to Alex Smith's meat hook of a leg being flopped around on the turf.
Yeah,
That was
like you don't show the replays because they were gruesome.
You don't show the replay that shows the flopping, but you show the replay where it was obscured enough between everyone else's legs from just the right camera angle.
I like the part where Tony Romo thinks that was a
the
cramp.
Dak Prescott one.
It's like, it might have been a cramp. And his leg is in four direction, like four
Don't do
different
what
angles.
ABC did during the
That's a-
Theismann injury. It's like, let's take a look at this different replay from 5 different angles. And here you can see Joe Theismann's leg completely snap in half like a fortune cookie.
I remember being a 10-year-old kid and being like, I am never playing football. I am going to stick to baseball.
But so
That's
here's the
what
thing.
I'm
I was
gonna
at the network during the Fail Mary.
Oh.
And I was never given a directive to like gloss over that for what it's worth. Like they were like, yeah, it sucks.
I mean, that was the
Let's
final
show
play of
it.
the game.
And like even when I was
They
there,
had to.
it was the final play
Well,
of the
maybe
game. But also like when I was there, like NFL Network, even though it's part of the league, they had no qualms about being critical of the league. And if the talent, like if former players wanted to talk about like really shitty rule changes or like how the catch rule was a mess, when they got rid of like the pass interference challenges and how, like there were NFL Network analysts that teed off on Al Riverot. So like they had no qualms about saying publicly when they felt the league was fucking up, and there was never.
But they're not going to bring up Ray Rice. They're not going to let you talk about.
Oh no,
Ray
I
Rice
was there during the Ray Rice stuff too. I was there during the Ray Rice stuff. I was there during the Aaron Hernandez stuff. Like they had no problem with diving into how fucked up it was.
Wow.
And criticizing how it was handled. Because remember, like half the network was women. Like when I was there, literally half the employees were women, and so there was no qualms about standing up and saying like this suspension was bullshit. Like this is not enough. And because at the same time, like you want to show the women that work for the league that like they matter, So like there was never any directive from the league of like, hey, shut up. It's like they talked about Ray Rice for weeks and how dumb that situation was. But there was also never any retribution from the league when they criticized the league either. So that's one thing I'll say for the NFL. Like they take criticism, but they don't punish people for criticism. Maybe individual organizations might, like Dan Snyder, who's like super vindictive, but the league itself, I never saw anybody get punished for speaking out against it.
Wow. Well, yeah, they're. I mean, it's smart to be neutral, right? Because their job's to print money, and they do it very well. Colin, where are we? Jeremy Parente. Big RIP to pro wrestler Brody Lee. He touched a lot of people's lives, and I encourage everyone to watch a tribute show for him on AEW tomorrow. I might check it out. Graf von Tirol for 10. Now watch Fulham get relegated to join the misery of fellow Shahid Khan own team. Yeah, Shahid Khan, everything he touches turn. He's like the opposite Midas. He's like, how would you spell Midas backwards?
I don't know, but I mean, he came from nothing and built an empire out of it. He just doesn't know how to run a team. He's more interested in wrestling because of his son.
His story is really interesting. He started selling bumpers and like he just made a fortune and then became a billionaire. Bill Sondergrath, were wrong about the dry
I've been saying that for
willing
a while.
to admit
like,
you were
that
wrong.
aged like milk. And I mean, I knew that from 18 months ago. Something like that. Oh, yeah.
It's like toilet.
Well, toilet paper actually ages okay. Maybe toilet paper on shelves in March.
Not the toilet paper that's stuck to my rectum. Oh, damn!
I had to do that.
Where did this show go? What happened to this show?
Yes,
right,
buddy.
do another game.
Falcons Chefs, where the Chiefs look really fucking ugly again on offense, yet escape with a win. Are we going to call them the worst 14-1 team ever? I don't know. Yeah, they are,
Super Bowl
but
team.
I mean, they've looked really iffy on offense the past few weeks.
They've been coasting.
You gotta get in that gear, though.
Don't they have
You gotta be careful about that, because if you get in that gear, it's hard to get back up there.
It's Colts syndrome, right? Or that year they were 14-0, and they rested the starters and finished 15-1, and then when the playoffs came around, they lost to Steelers. Steelers went to Super Bowl.
But Falcons, trash or Jets level
kicker.
trash? I put them in Jets level trash. Because you have the number 3 pick in the draft. They keep choking games.
Falcons are trash. One of the worst franchises.
There's something I have to opine about the Chiefs and their schedule ever since about the midway point of the season. And that is the 2 words, trap game. Could you not argue that for how the Chiefs have performed from last season into this season, that almost every game in front of them, considering their division, has been a trap game of some kind? With the exception of, let's see who they've played this season who
Raiders.
fought them tough. You could say they were trap game by the Raiders. You can say, let's see, who else did they play?
When you're
They
the
beat
top
Ravens.
dog, every game's a trap game. Come on now.
You know, they beat the Bills.
Everyone's circling. You're the litmus test for the league. Everyone's circling the date that you come up.
Yeah, and you can say they play it tough. You can say the Chiefs played a bad offensive game. But honestly, when they're facing, let's see here, Broncos, Raiders, Panthers, Jets, Broncos again. They faced the Dolphins. That one was closer. They faced the Saints. That one was 3 points. And then you come out after playing the Dolphins and Saints, who are definitely on the up, and they face playing against the Falcons. You could probably say they're looking forward to the playoffs at this point. I mean, anyone can make the argument.
I'm not worried about it. I think they'll be good. All right, we're like an hour behind.
This is every week.
So I'm going to step it up.
Here we go.
I know, but let's try to get
to the Uncultured Barbarian.
I'll
Tree will never
One
admit
quick
it,
thing
but
on
you know we
Kansas
called
City.
up Grassi at
Hold
halftime
on.
and groveled at his altar to lift the curse he put on the Steelers.
What was that you had about KC?
So I'm doing a video on this. I'm actually doing 2 videos this week. The first one's on Baltimore. The second one's on Kansas City. KC's got fucking problems. Okay. Worst red zone defense in the entire league. Not even close. 80% of the time when people get in the red zone against them, they're getting a touchdown. That is absolutely horrific. They, other than the one Saints game where they went 4 out of 5 in the red zone, they've been a very below average red zone offense. They actually score more from outside the 20 than inside the 20 because they can't fucking run the ball. When they're in 3rd and 10, if you play 2 high shells or 1 high shells, the results are drastically different. Against 1 high shells like cover 1 and cover 3, they light it up. Against 2 high, they really can't get anything done. That's why Denver was able to hold them to field goals over and over again. If you take away the deep ball and you force them to either run and dink and dunk, they get frustrated because they don't like doing it. Inevitably, they're going to have a drop. They're going to have a turnover. They're going to have some dumb fucking trick play that they try to run that fails because they want to get everything all in one bite. That's their play style. And I get it when they're down big, the fact that they can, throw bombs to Tyreek Hill and get them in the game, it makes them look like they're always just going to be like, oh, we're going to turn on the switch and be the best team. But against a disciplined defense that plays 2 high shells like Denver, like that don't give them the opportunity to go deep, they got nothing. So I tell you what, you go up against Buffalo again, who's seen them this year, and Buffalo got caught with their hand in the cookie jar a little bit, playing 1 high shells when they weren't supposed to, bringing pressures when they weren't supposed to. You play cover 4, you rush 4, which they've been better at doing that lately. and you make Pat like literally just sit in the pocket and dink and dunk his way down the field. You take away his deep ball, and inevitably this offense is going to stall out when they get in the red zone because they can't fucking run the ball. Like, they're not a good red zone offense because they can't run the ball. Their only good red zone receiver is Travis Kelce. You play cone coverage on him, you double him inside the 20s, you make everybody else beat you, you make them run, they won't score. And against that offense with Buffalo that can also get vertical and score quickly, it's a bad matchup. Buffalo and Kansas City, if they play tomorrow in the playoffs, Buffalo beats them. Guarantee it.
I'm surprised they haven't put Le'Veon in the passing game more. I know he's been forced into action, but I feel they use him more as a running back instead of a pass-catching valve.
I mean, they need something because their offensive line is not good right now because they're so beat up. So they can't run the ball, and that's going to get them killed in the playoffs.
Losing Edwards-Helaire is pretty much a blow, too. So,
yeah.
Gadzooks, where are my fudging George Schlosser? Also, the Eagles being the night game this week makes me glad that I have a graveyard shift job and therefore don't have to watch. Happy New Year in advance.
The jorts. Fucking jorts.
Emperor Forever. Got to make Belichick angrily throwing the phone Lao Cow of the week. That was hilarious. That image just encapsulates the downfall of the Patriots.
No, but it's making the sports ball intro.
Belichick. Beast of Metal 1989. Are you listening, Eagles? You worthless pieces of
cock.
Shit. Cock. It's a piece of cock. Only John Wayne Bobbitt. You need to show up and keep those worthless pieces of cock in DC out of the playoffs. Okay. They're not. I think the Washington team skins somehow win. Garrett Martin for 20. I just found you on YouTube. I work in a hospital kitchen. You provide some needed comic relief. Keep rocking on, and Happy New Year. Thank you, Garrett. We appreciate it. Yes. Brett, I heard a story once that one time somebody tweeted at me that they were getting on the MTA or something. They were getting on the subway, and the subway attendant was watching one of my videos. Yes. And I was like, that blew my mind. Have you ever had a story like that, or have you ever been recognized in public? Of course, you live in LA, so probably not.
I've been recognized a couple times. My local Starbucks barista. It was kind of funny. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm going in there because I'm doing an all-nighter. This is like a year ago. But he's still there. Like, we still chat and stuff like that. He's like my normal Starbucks barista. But I go in there and I'm placing an order. This was the first time I'd ever been to the, by the way. And I'm placing an order like 11 o'clock at night, and I realized that like I didn't give my name. And so I said, "Oh, by the way, my name's Brett, so you can write on the cup." And he goes, "I know."
Okay.
I was like, "What?" He's like, "I watch your videos all the time," and I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" That was a trip. And so like we sat, and he's an Eagles fan, so we sat there and talked about the Eagles for like 10 minutes, and I went home and finished the video. And then another time I got recognized by a bartender at a local bar that I really love called Hopscotch over in Fullerton. Great whiskey bar, and the guy there, he's a Raiders fan who watched my videos, and he recognized me while I was sitting there with my wife, and like as we were leaving, he was like, said hi and chatted for a little bit about the Raiders.
Nice. There you go.
Happened a couple times. It's fun.
From behind the scenes to getting recognized in public. Mike Shaw for 5. Texans' biggest rivalry is first-round draft picks and competent GM. Ooh, fighting words from the gallery. Pee Wee Pierre for 2. Tree has the AJ
I think this is
Dillon
when we
quads.
showed the jorts.
Yes, you do. That's Saquads right there. And one more, and then we'll get to another game. 2.0 for 5. It's John Yinzer. Do the Cena theme song.
All right.
John Yinzer.
Let's keep going here.
All
Ravens.
Right.
Actually, I didn't put the Ravens in. Sorry about that. Throw them in wild card. Colts I didn't throw in either.
The Ravens
Sorry,
in wild card. No,
let's go Chargers Broncos. The forgotten game.
Chargers Broncos.
I think they're both trash. Would you put the Chargers in sus?
I think Chargers are sus, Broncos are sus.
Chargers are sus. Because really, the Chargers are 9-win team
Better
with better
coaching, maybe,
decision
yeah.
making, right?
And plus with Derwin James.
Anthony Lynn is handing someone through his incompetence a 10-win team next year. That's the way I just feel. I feel like his clock management, his decision making, all that stuff has led to their poor showing in the standings. And the Broncos are a different story. I just think they've been undermanned all year, and perhaps Drew Lock might not
shows
be the guy.
flashes and then he just like falls apart. I thought he'd make a big jump this year. I'm really disappointed in him.
Yeah. Not everybody's Josh Allen.
I think he's the guy that makes the massive jump, and you're sitting there like, what the hell is this? Okay.
Yeah. It's so amazing though to watch Josh Allen like develop, and that's what every GM is looking for, right? In the draft is like, I want this kid with a cannon arm that's going to develop and get smarter and better, and we'll put a team around him. And then for every Josh Allen, there's like
Dwayne Haskins.
Sam Darnold. Yeah. There's
Daniel Jones at least can start for a couple of years and journeyman bounce around, but yeah.
He is. I watched your video from second to second on Daniel Jones and his pocket presence, Brett. It is alarming when you start watching the game and you're just like, where is your internal clock? Where is it?
The guy literally doesn't know where the pressure is at all. He just doesn't see it at all.
It's frightening to watch as a Giants fan. And but the problem is like he shows flashes where he's really good. When he's comfortable, he can be really good. When he's not, he's awful. No. Awful. Anyways, I digress. What do you want to do, Tree?
No, let's go NASCAR Nerd 34 for 5. Not to get off football, but what does everyone think ahead of NASCAR's 2021 season? Tree's Two Old NASCAR vids were hysterical, by the way.
Are they going to the next package next year, or is that I don't know, Darian? Tell us if they're doing car tomorrow or whatever, Gen 6. Is that next year or 2022?
Not entirely sure, but Colin Tackenberg in the meantime, the Texans' biggest rival is Bill O'Brien. Honestly, I'd say the biggest rival is Cal McNair, but
McNair really fucked that team up.
No, it's
Jack McNair is the one that enabled Easterby.
Cal is aloof. He doesn't know what he's doing. Easterby's just actively a snake.
Yeah, like seeing that article on SI, it's like,
yeah, that like Cal is just he tries. Like, he wants to be good, but he's just way too trusting. Like, it's not out of malice or laziness. He's just, like, very aloof and way too trusting. Like, Easterby is legitimately a snake. And O'Brien was just an idiot.
This is a question for probably next week. And I don't want to disrespect it, but it would just take too long to get through. Jacob Tobin says, FPV, Tree, and Brett, what are you guys' picks for MVP? COY, CPOY, comeback player of the year, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and defensive rookie of the year. We could that would take an hour. That would probably take the whole show. So maybe we'll just do MVP each. I think Patty Mahomes is the MVP or Aaron Rodgers. One of those two.
5 points. I got one definitive answer for one of those. Comeback player of the year is Alex Smith, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Easy.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt.
He came back from the grave.
He came back from being nearly a paraplegic.
His leg got gnarled by a pack of dogs,
chopped off,
and he's playing football. Yeah.
I've seen better sides of beef got run over by a combine.
Tree, who do you think
Probably
the MVP
Rodgers,
is?
I put up there right now. Mahomes has kind of struggled the past few weeks, so I don't know if you'd really put him in the consideration. We'd consider Josh Allen a dark horse.
Josh Allen is a dark horse. I think Josh Allen means a lot to his team.
They're nowhere near.
Without him, they're not
wild card,
11.
But I mean, they needed Allen to develop, and he developed.
Same with Rodgers.
Oh,
Rodgers
dude,
gets
Rodgers
hurt.
went back
fucked.
to peak form. That helped them out big time.
Yep. What about you, Brett? Who do you think the MVP is?
I would say Rodgers for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year. Oh man, it's kind of hard not to say Kamara.
I'd argue Derrick Henry too.
Scrimmage.
I'd
He's
put him
got
up
over.
there. Dalvin Cook.
He's got over 20 touchdowns. Like, when's the last time a guy scored over 20 touchdowns?
AP?
That's insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, he got 1/4 of those in one game.
Who cares? You know?
No, I'm
Who cares?
not discrediting it at all. I'm just saying like he bunched them up like in that one game, which makes him even more valuable because he like just kind of shit all over them.
And like he's so clearly the most important non-quarterback player in that offense. I would say, like, even over Michael Thomas. It go in terms of non-quarterback thing, and even honestly, when Taysom Hill was in there, you could just make him the most important. Period. It goes him, and then Thomas, and then Taysom.
I concur.
Like he's and then defensive player of the year, Donald. You know, that one's pretty obvious. Like second place, like the closest person to Donald this year is probably Xavier Howard. Like it's not that far, but
I'd say TJ Watt's up there
overall. TJ's up there too. Yeah, like that's the holy trinity, I would say. Trey Hendrickson is like a distant fourth. But you know, Xavier, just all the turnover, like the amount of picks he's had is just outrageous. Like people haven't had this many picks. Like if he gets 10 picks, that's got to do it in like a decade. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Coach of the year.
All the things that don't result in a pick, right? All the breakups, the coverages.
Like he's had a couple dropped picks too, so it's like he could have already had it. Coach of the year, probably.
I'd say it's between Stefanski, Flores, and Ron Rivera.
Maybe McDermott.
Those would be my 3 picks.
How do you give Coach of the Year to a 7?
With how bad they are and how
team?
strong their defense has become. If they win their division, I'd put him for consideration. I don't think we'll get it, but he'd be 3rd or 4th on my list. Sorry, dude. And speaking, man. Speaking of the foot of Haskins, let's go Panthers versus football team with the convenient offensive logo. Right for the taking. Ah, shit. I think it was down. Are you No. Really? I can only hear me. Interesting. That's weird. I mean, I'm like, my mic is picking you guys up fine. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm on the default streakers, and I mean, I'm... Really? Ah, damn it. Really? You guys are, like, up there. I don't understand it. It said you can hear me very faintly. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe resetting the back, but I don't understand it. Huh, that doesn't make any sense. No, I didn't hit anything. Doesn't make any damn sense. Alright, so, tell you what, I'll try resetting the Discord, and I'll keep everything nice and comfy for the meantime. But, in the meantime, guys, let's soothe you with the nice, comfortable sounds of Dead Air. Sponsored by nothing. Do 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 do. This fucking sucks. Oh, dude, this fucking sucks. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Do 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 do. I fucking hate this. This is such bullshit. What the fuck is this? All right, bullshit. I'm going to literally kill somebody. Load Discord for fuck's sake. Hurry up. Come on. Password. Yeah, okay, here we go. Please work. Please, please, for the love of God, please fucking work. Alright, so I'm back. Can you hear these guys now? I did restart the Discord. It says I can hear it. Really? Really? Jesus Christ. That's out there, dude. I'm about to. I haven't done it yet. But this is, I did. I closed the program, completely restarted it. Nah, I don't think it's that. Okay. I don't understand why it's like doing that though. Because pretty much. I don't understand it. Like it was working earlier.
So apparently they could hear me after I disconnected and rejoined.
Alright, let me go ahead and try this.
I'm guessing it says it might be a problem with the stream itself. Like.
Restart. Let's see. Alright, retesting. I have disconnected and rejoined. People are saying it's very faint, like kind of like we're in another room.
Huh.
We're in the next room of your house, Tree.
Maybe.
Or we're all hiding in that closet behind you. Can you open the doors and stuff, please?
Yes.
People are saying we're all very faint. Like,
They can barely hear me apparently.
I don't understand. Let me try disconnecting and reconnecting like my cords.
going radio dead air. Personal time with Brett. Hey, Brett. Hello. Brett, what part of SoCal are you from, man? I'm in the Inland Empire. I'm over in Orange County. Okay. Well, that's good. We got here, man. I don't think so.
Should be. I mean.
Empty, but I don't even.
Yeah, like as I said, the speakers like are working through the software I'm using. It says I'm streaming.
Also for, you know, I live in Northern California these days, but I'm Illinois by birth. I'm in Pomona.
Like, the only thing... Yeah.
It's either the capture audio that Tree's using, or it's the internet fucking up again. Oh, column A, column B, maybe.
Pretty much, it's... Maybe. That's pretty much what I'll have to do.
This kills the stream.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I really don't want to restart the stream because I'd lose all the chats.
At this point, we might as well rattle off the super chats that we have, I guess.
Read all the super chats and just power through. We're already done an hour and a half.
Pretty much. It's still fucking embarrassing, though. I don't understand it. Alright. Here we go, everybody. Marathon time. The Simpsons since 90, $5. I was hoping for Lieutenant Dangle length joints, but you didn't disappoint me, Tree. Thank you both for hours of fun this year. Definitely you two guys. Carlos Ruiz for $5. If the Steelers lose in the first round, can Tree do the Corvette dance? Let's go Chiefs. Kill me, please. Beast of Metal 1989 for $10. As for the cow shits, those worthless pieces of fuck can die with DC. So that the worthless pieces of fuck known as the Giants, or the Nats, can give us the great meme of the 6-10 division champion. The Simpsons since 90, Haskins must have believed in the Pac-Man Jones gospel. It ain't no sin to go to the strip club. Taylor Mante 274 for $5. Panthers fans want to draft Zach Wilson, but is there a small chance that he will get past Atlanta, Detroit, and the Giants? I don't know if he gets past Atlanta. I mean, to be fair, Jets might take him. Mike Shaw for $5. Dwayne Haskins lol cow of the week, or the Jets for screwing up their chances for Trevor. I'd say, thing. Hold on, I'd say, they're saying, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Alex Moreno for $5. Goff decided to be even more recalcitrant this week. Rams, you dropped a winnable game against our most hated rival. Song of the week, Sick of Life by Godsmack. It's what the Rams do, buddy. Danny States for $10. I will laugh my ass off if Dallas makes it to the Super Bowl. I know it's not going to happen, but let me pretend it for at least a week before they drown themselves. Beast of Metal 1989 for $10. If you look closely at the Nick Gase press conference that Schlosser put in the 2018 Haters Guide, you can see the googly eyes are already in full bloom, so something happened in or before Miami. Alex Murray. Could be wearing them. We're hearing them through your headphones. Might be that your stream isn't picking up the desktop audio. Maybe. Let me try something else. Maybe, like, try now.
Testing. Testing 1 2 testing.
I'm alive.
Please. Dude, exactly. I'm gonna need some hardcore drugs. Pretty much. Yeah, I'll keep on going. Alex Moreno. Jared Goff is the Ford Explorer of QBs. Looks great the first 3 years, then completely destroys itself the minute the warranty runs out. You idiot. It's still saying no. Are you fucking kidding me? I have it at max. Like, I'm blasting it right now. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't know if it's YouTube or me. No, I mean, I don't get it. Like, this has never happened before. Like, I've hosted this many times and I've never had this issue. Alright. I'm sorry. Ravens Nation till I die. Brian Flores isn't even in baseball, yet showed on Saturday that he can manage a bullpen better than Dusty Baker. Oof. Before you love shine for 5 home run calls, mine, Big Fly, the captain Derek Jeter. All rise, here comes the judge, an A-bomb from A-Rod. SD butthurt or 98. Oof. Yeah. Good, see ya! Nolan Wolf for 5. Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, Ha-Seong Kim. The Padres are sending a clear message. They want that World Series. Thoughts, Tree and 5 points? Oh, yeah. Exactly. Mr. No for 5. Tree, if Cleveland beats Pittsburgh or loses in hopes that Baltimore loses to Dallas, do they have a chance in the playoffs? Maybe? Not sure, though. I think Baltimore plays Cincy. But Nathan Sobel for 5. Hey, Tree, was that you on one of the fan cams for the Steelers-Bengals game? No, that was not me. So you're good there. Oh, yeah, like you have to, like... Oh, of course, like they have, like, the agree. Like, they will cut your shit out immediately. It's not going to be like chat roulette with a bunch of dudes just jacking off randomly.
I think someone from the NFL is in their house, like, making sure that they don't have anything offensive whatsoever.
Yeah, buddy. Orlando Jackson. Sorry, Browns fans, but if Cleveland loses Sunday and gets knocked out of playoff contention, I guarantee you they're going to suck next year. Same thing happened in 2008. Orlando Jackson. Sorry, Browns fans, but if Cleveland loses Sunday and gets knocked out of playoff contention, I guarantee they're going to suck next year.
Did you just read that?
Yeah, I did. Sorry. James Hamaday. $2. Who wins the college football semifinals? I don't know, man. It could be Coastal Carolina and BYU. Maybe. Beast of Metal 1989. I offer Hiei Jones this psychedelic frog to lick as a form of tribute. It has not drank water in Green Bay, so you're safe there.
Quick, I'm going to disconnect from the chat, from the Discord, and then I'm going to listen to the stream and see what the problem is.
Exactly. That's all you really can do. YOLO Swaggins for 10. Question for Brett. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to film on college football players but doesn't know what to look for?
I can't hear you.
Oh man, maybe you can't hear me. Shit. How do I do this?
Like, I'll put it right by the mic, so maybe you'll hear, but...
Can you read it for me again?
Yes. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to watch film on college players but doesn't know what to look for?
So the first thing you want to do is look at an all-pro in the NFL for the position you're looking at and see what they do from a technical perspective. You know, like if it's a run play to their side, see how they're engaging a block. You know, see what their hand placement is, see what their leverage is, see how they disengage, see how they make a tackle. Because those guys are the standard that you're comparing everybody to. So when you're looking at, say, like a 3-technique defensive tackle that's on the lighter side, you're going to be looking at Aaron Donald. So you want to look at how Donald uses his hands, how he links it to his feet. You know, what's his get-off look like? How does he attack somebody based on alignment? And I know it's like an unrealistic standard to put on a kid, but that is the standard that we compare people to. And so when you're looking at these college players, like let's say it's like Gregory Rousseau, who can play inside or outside at Miami, you know, you're comparing his get off to a guy like Aaron Donald, who's also about 290 pounds. You're comparing his hand usage to Aaron Donald. And when you look at what a star player, a first-round pick, is supposed to look like in the NFL, it kind of gives you a better sense of if this kid is legit or not. And again, 80% of Aaron Donald is still a really good player, but you have to figure out, okay, what percentage of Aaron Donald is he?
I hate to interrupt. Tree, now there's feedback.
Great. It's probably from the headphones. That's probably what it is.
We just gotta give up.
I mean, it was kind of working for a second, but I mean.
That was great analysis. That was great commentary from Brett.
It's like whatever reason, like it's shot, it's not receiving, for whatever goddamn reason. Whoever asked you that, he mentioned to DM him on Twitter as well. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, this is hardcore. It's like the thing is going crazy. That was YOLO Slaggins, by the way. YOLO. DM Brett. So let's answer there. David Benjamin, make it a pink afro wig. I think you did say mention pink. So you're good there? Yep. Okay, let's go. Christopher Bawden, hello Tree. The Comeback Player of the Year award should be renamed the Alex Smith Comeback Player of the Year award. Love the content, sports ball. Yeah, thank you, brother. I mean, it should be Alex Smith. If Alex Smith does not win, I'll flip shit. Commando CQC for 5. The NFL will always blame fans before themselves. Bottlegate and Bottlegate 2 Electric Boogaloo the next day more than proves that. Luke Pemberton for 5. Existence is pain. I've been a Cleveland sports fan my whole life. My wife a Detroit fan. We have seen it all between the two of us. Pretty much. Luke Pemberton, I will say playing a game without wide receivers is a new one. Losing to the Jets, existence is pain. Yeah, I'm trying to change this shit to see if it works again. I didn't fuck up the stream. It's this fucking computer, man. No, go fuck yourself, dude. I'm just gonna rage quit this motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna do. Shut it down. Fuck that. Irvin Alvarado, I hope you all have a good 2021, everyone. I hope that for following the Red Bulls try to make the MLS Cup run. Doubt it. Watch a NASCAR race, the Coke 600, and NASCAR go to surprise deep run. Cheers. Beast of Metal 1989. Given the Sabres, the 2020 Bills should count their blessings that the ugliest thing that I can find them on is Brock Beard's Christmas sweater. Angriest, Bills fan here. Seeing places like Pro Football Talk put Buffalo #1 in their power rankings is like a dream. Josh Allen equals GOAT. Also love all your stuff, been subbed to all your channels for years. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Jacob Tobin for 2. Vikings fan, fire Zim if we lose Sunday. Craig Kramer for 1050. As a Jets fan, it's insane to me that the 9-4 Rams, fuck them, and the 10-win, to repeat, 10-win Browns, fuck them, lost to the Jets. I hope the Steelers win by 50, shoot 2020 into the sun. I agree. I think this is the stream's reaction to 2020 if I see it like that. Star Force 97 for Peru, $10 in Peruvian money. Very nice. Greetings from Peru when I finally met my long-distance girlfriend of 4 years over Christmas. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Wishing everyone a happy and healthy New Year, and let's go Browns playoff win. Definitely. Thank you, brother. Congratulations, brother. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Mark Lou for 2. Hey, Tree and 5 thought an NBA possible expansion. I think they're going to do it anyway because of the money they lost, right?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, they've been seriously talking about it.
Yeah.
No one can hear me, so it doesn't.
Exactly. Stormus Enormous, did the Steelers get fined for dancing in unison with Juju without masks after the win? Not yet, but they have been talked to about it. So probably will be fined.
Maybe they'll get a letter sent to them.
Yeah, they'll get an angry letter to the editor. Robert Duckham for 5. The insert tucks made my rectum pucker. Please don't do it again. For the love of God, don't do it again. You know what? For this shit show, I'm doing it again. Fuck you. Enjoy the Yinzer tuxedo. Enjoy the good old Jack Lambert jersey. Because fuck you and fuck your goddamn stream. And fuck this show too. Wanna know why? Because I'm supposed to be apparently the guy that fucks everything up. You know what? Fuck this microphone. Fuck this webcam. Fuck this computer. Fuck this Coke can. Fuck everything. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you know what? Fuck you, Lampy. I hated you and Brave Little Toaster. Go fuck yourself too.
And that's going to do it for the day. 1991 Petrolhead. And one word describe the Mike Hoffman contract. Sorry if you've already answered the question. Just tuned in. But, I think you got a PTO, right? From the Blues? But, yeah. Otherwise, this has been a fucking shit show. I'm going to go fucking kill myself right now. Yeah, barely. I'm going to fucking scream my lungs out in the post-presser. Fuck you all. But, I mean, fuck the YouTube shit. Oh, fuck you, asshole. Go fuck yourself, motherfucker. I feel Brett's just like in fucking shame right now. He's gonna be like, I am never coming on this program again. No, we went from like 700 to 500 viewers. So we're going to end this right now, and I'm going to fucking go and kill you all. And you've made it to the end of 2020. This is the perfect algorithm of this year. Fuck this year. 2021's probably going to be worse. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. Yep. Oops for $4.99. This probably gives you PTSD, but your 2018-19 Days of Our Steelers compilation video is awesome. It always makes me laugh, so thanks for that video. Please kill me. But yes, afterburn for Dodge in 10 minutes. I'm going to fucking kill you all. Have a good night. Please do not remember this again. Fuck everything. And fuck YouTube too. We're fucking clear.